Um, ooh, now it's showing it. Now it says I'm live. Are we though? Yes. Yeah, I can join in quality. Just accept. I need to spectate. Ah, fuck. No. Yes, accept. I'm an idiot. Right. I'm ready. You guys are all just waiting to get ready here in the lobby, I can tell. Okay, Yinmo has changed flags, interestingly. I have no clue what that is. It's something in Africa, I believe. It had a Swiss flag the last 4 races. What is that even? I have a world map behind me that has the flags like underneath. Let me check. I'm curious. I'm not sure, I'd have to see his again. I think we can see that on the race director, no? They're not going to go out immediately, are they? That's Cameroon, is it? I think. Yes, it is. Weird, but okay. Anyhow, spectator menu. Tire, I don't think is relevant. Telemetry, lap data, I'm not sure. Let's have it. So we've got Sean leaving the pits here for Mercedes. He's not the first one out on track, as we are looking at Scott, the first one to go on his outlap in the McLaren. Hold on, Scott is in the McLaren? Okay, let me check. I thought he's Mercedes team principal. Right. Well, but the thing is, he's rolled on the service as owner. But I thought he was Mercedes TP as well. Not sure. But it looks like he's subbing in for McLaren, and I guess McLaren's just hoping in that case that he's not the Mercedes team principal anymore. I think he certainly used to be. He raced for Mercedes the first 2 races or so, didn't he? He subbed in for Sean as well, if I'm not very much mistaken. Sean has pit again. He was on an outlap, he's immediately boxed. That is weird. That is very weird. But we've got more people now finishing their outlaps, as Scott obviously sets a purple first sector. As we see Yemo go through turn 1. Clean around Jana Des, who's starting his outlap, yeah. So we go through the carousel. And through this, well, it's not really a straight, and it's not really an overtaking opportunity. It's one of the longest flat out stretches, but you go into this very fast right-hander of Schijvlak, down here, which is just near impossible to go down the inside there. You'd already have to be alongside, way before the corner and fully alongside to really earn the space there. So that's not an ideal overtaking spot. The Scott sets a 1 minute 9.0, and how fast is that lap time going to be beaten as we follow the Merc here, who's approaching the final two corners into this right-hander and into the banking. DRS open here through the banking. It's crazy to see, to watch these Formula 1 cars do that, and it's a 109.088, and it's not faster than Scott. Neither was Falcon. He was actually 7.10 fourth on soft tyres as well, so it's not like he had a tyre disadvantage. Fish Gamer, on the other hand, he's 1.2 seconds down roughly from Scott Albert, sorry, 1.3 even, as Janne sets a 1 minute 8.4, setting the pace early here as Marcel Jan goes second fastest on a 108. But I was just going to say, Fish Gamer, he's got the medium tyres on, so he's got a bit of an excuse, but does it excuse a gap of 1.9 seconds to pole position, provisional pole position? I mean, it's certainly been a soft lap from Janne. He's not gone out on Inters this time, but I'm just not entirely sure what that sort of pace means for Fish Gamer, but maybe he's had a mistake on his quali lap. I'd certainly hope so for him, because if that's his actual pace, then he's not in the running for anything but last place. Although it has to be said at this race, last place is going to be points if you finish this race and you've covered 90%, or, well, you don't even have to finish, you just have to cover 90% of the leader's race distance. You'll get at least 2 points out of this. Maybe even 3 if you can get the fastest lap, because, well, finishing in the top 10 will give you the point for the fastest lap. Quite obviously, as we see Sean here moving his car on the curb there. That's a bit of a risky one. That curb can very easily spin you out. So yeah, not sure if he was able to go on throttle there as much as he wanted, as we ride on board here into the penultimate corner, using a bit of curb there on the exit. I think you can use a tiny bit more as we head through the banking towards turn 1, and you can see the ERS nearly drains over a lap here. So that already tells us that in the race, ERS management, obviously around this track, it's going to be a big topic, as we see the Aston of Panther, and maybe here we go on board towards Schijvlak. So you see, you go over that crest and you plunge into this right-hander, and, well, he's left a bit of margin there. I think he should take it in 7th gear. He definitely had like a meter or so to go to the left on exit, as we see him here approach this left-hander, important exit, as we have a bit of a straightaway down here, and these cars, they're all running a lot of downforce around this track because of all the corners. So if you get bad exits off the corner, it will hurt you even more on the straight, because you can't just make it up with a top speed setup. Nobody here has a true top speed setup. Maybe someone's running slightly lower wings to maybe benefit in the race, but we see Panther go 4th at the moment. So we're skipping to Sean, he's entering the pit lane. But Scott Albert, he's heading for the line here. As we see top speed, 316 in qualifying, DRS and hot lap mode on the battery. So the speeds we reach on the straight are not too bad, but they could be faster if they were running less wing. But as I said, that's not the case. It's just underlining my point here. As we see the McLaren heading through this very fast right there, taking a downshift through them. Now 4th here, trying to carry the speed, turning left into this super long corner. And you have to be slightly patient there, And then there's another patience corner here. So you go in, you want to get as close to the sausage curb on the inside, and then this one is a slow and long corner, and you just hug the inside and you just wait for the exit. You don't really want to get on the curb out of that chicane, as we're already heading into the pit lane. We are heading, so maybe no improvement. Yinmo also in. Fish Gamer starting his lap now. Oh dearie me, what is happening? As we see a big slide there. Ooh, that's not a great lap. If I were you, I'd turn off the battery and go again. Anyways, he's got no battery. Why has he got no battery? I thought he's on a lap. Anyways, we watch Falcon go around turn 1. I think he might have just finished a lap. Marcel Jan has retired from the session. Was he sitting in P2? I'm not sure why he's done so. But I don't think he's crashed. He's retired in the pit lane. Why would he do that? And we see Fish Gamer, he's got a problem now. He's not going quick, and I'm not sure if this is a glitch here that his ERS shows up as not being charged, because I think it should be. But you can see just small raindrops already falling as he's gone very far over that curb, then down onto the grass, not opening DRS, plunging into the pit lane. Sean here with another go at a lap, trying to lift himself off the bottom of the table, but he's 1.4 seconds down. It's 1 second and 4.5 tenths down for Fish Gamer, so Sean will have to find 3.5 tenths on this lap, and it's already starting to just sprinkle a little, and you just start losing that ultimate grip on the track as it's also cooling down, although maybe cooling is not too bad at this track as you put a lot of lateral load through the tyres, really pushing them very, very hard. And what is he doing? What is he doing? As we got Yimo out on full wets. That's a bit extreme, don't you think? As he's off and into the gravel, and he's spun round. I think they're just trolling here. He's retired. Falcon's in the pits. Nearly everyone's retired. Falcon and Yana have not yet done so. But the others have, I think, just retired for this to be over quicker. Because the thing is, if you don't think it's going to dry at all, what is the point? What's the point in staying in the session, continuing? Janus got pole and nothing will change about that, as Falcon's now retired from the session as well. Janus sitting pole, so he can just quit. With 6 minutes 40 to go. He's going to keep pole position. You've got the fastest time, mate. Just do it. And yeah, Yanis retired now, so we can watch people wave again whilst they're making their strategies for the race. And I have no idea how the weather's looking. I seriously don't. So this is going to be a surprise for me too, as we gear up. I'll be right back. Gotta drink some water. In case you heard anything, I just stumbled. I'm fine. I'll be right back. I got something to drink here now as we already get the lights for the race to start. As we got Janne from pole, then it's Marcel Jan. As we see the Alfa Romeo, Fischheimer dive up the inside. He spun round, but we got more action going on here, 3 wide, as one of the Red Bulls is already out. Lindsay is already out, and wait. Lindsay's got a race ban. Why is Lindsay here? Why is Lindsay here? Lindsay / Lord Mahavir has got a race ban for this round, so why are they substituting for Red Bull? I guess it doesn't matter now. But we've already got a safety car. Oh no, Falcon's out? Something's wrong here. Yeah, I think we need to restart the lobby. Yeah, we need a lobby restart. I can't even get out. Okay. I think now it's just kicked me out. Okay, so we had Lindsay somehow starting the race despite a race ban. How recent is this? Is this for the new lobby already? I kind of doubt it. This one is though. Alright, so a little change. We're only gonna have one Red Bull this time around, hopefully. At least that's the idea. Then the second thing is Wards in the Ferrari is going to join. He missed qualifying. He'll start from the back of the grid. So we're gonna just have a race, we're gonna set the grid, and we'll go back going. I mean, the thing is, this isn't gonna be the most ridiculous thing you're gonna see today, because today's gonna be the inaugural race of A2RL, which could be quite weird, yeah. If you don't know what A2RL is, it's Abu Dhabi Autonomous Racing League. It's gonna be whack. They're gonna have their first race today. I don't think it's gonna work. the way they think it is, but we'll see. I mean, the thing is, I have nothing smarter to chat about right now. But I guess I'm gonna watch it because I'm kind of curious. Waltz is still loading here somehow. Something, he's still connecting? But he was in before, wasn't he? Oh, now he's gone. See you later, mate. Cheers. It's just iced tea, by the way. So if you're curious what I'm drinking, it's just lemon iced tea. Yeah, Waltz is trying to get her again. But I think as long as... Yeah, well, he's not managed again. I have no idea when we're going to start. I guess it depends how long it's going to take to set up the lobby. Ready up, sorry for the restart. Don't invite Waltz, he's gonna murder everyone with his Wi-Fi. I use Waltz's Wi-Fi to find my... Yes, okay. I not need inf no more. I think Waltz is giving... Is Waltz in or is he giving up? No, he's not in. He's giving up. Waltz is giving up already due to internet issues. Wow. Who would have thought that? Now we've got the same thing again. We can walk at people clubbing in the paddock club, or since it says paddock club, I assume that is the paddock club indeed. And we can look into some offices that are interestingly all the same. If you look at the windows above the DHL sponsor boards, they are exactly the same. One of the the first one, you can't see the picture on the right because it's sort of covered by the one window frame. But if you look at the left, if you look at the white one, the mostly white one, and then in the next one there's the same one and there's the same lamps everywhere. It's kind of ridiculous, to be honest. And it kind of looks weird. It kind of looks like... Anyways. Here we go, race start. Let's stop talking about windows. Jana is off to a good start, and we've got Panther behind against Matti Jonga. Matti on the inside. He's getting through. And then we've got Falcon, a bit on the curb there. Now he's down on the inside. Is the Mercedes going to get him there with speed? No, I don't think he is. But we could see some action down here in the field. Yes, we are seeing some action. Sean going for it there on Falcon. And now Falcon with the worst line, but Sean isn't even trying to get the better exit. He's just going cleanly around the outside and down into the chicane they go. He's on the inside, but he backs out. Oh my god, that would have been a move for the history books. As we see... Oh my... What is this? We just see a clean swerve from Falcon. Scott has a penalty of sorts. 5 seconds. 5 seconds to Sean, 5 seconds to Scott. Both with front wing damage. What on earth was that? Let me skip back in the live stream and give you an opinion on this straight away. So it's the Red Bull. No, the Red Bull hasn't done it. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. The Red Bull is not doing anything at all. Let's quickly turn up my quality here. No, the McLaren just pulls to the right, completely swipes out Sean. What the hell was that? That is crazy. That is truly crazy. What the flippin' hell? What did I just witness? Yes. What? What on earth just happened? What? What did I just see here? The league owner has just completely wiped out the Mercedes, and there is no argument about this. The McLaren just must have fully turned in to the right because he just came across the entire track and just fully swiped across the Mercedes in a straight line. How about that? Now I wish I didn't just have iced tea. I need something stronger. If this race continues like that, oh my god, what are we in for? As we sit on board here behind the safety car with Jan, who is leading the race in the Williams. Yeah. I need to breathe and like just calm down. Just yeah. Okay, so we gear up for the restart. The safety car is coming in this lap. Restart this lap, boys. Jan is leading in the Williams through the banking. When is he going to pull away? Now he's going. Now he's going. He's floored it. And he's not going to be attacked into turn 1. But maybe Marcel is under pressure here from Matti Jonga. It's not going to happen, is it? Yin also fine. No one right now making a move. As we see, Scott, he must have had a great exit, but as you can tell, it's not easy to overtake on that bit of track. As we just follow the leader, but he's already pulling a bit of a gap. It's 7/10 to Marcel, then it's 7/10 to Matti, and behind there, it's kicking off. Scott has overtaken Falcon. Falcon's not having any of that as he's coming back into the chicane, and clean move there down the inside, and Scott nearly getting a sort of switchback move out of the chicane. Not even a real switchback, because it's just weird. He nearly got like the undercut line out of the corner. That was very, very odd. As Scott is no, not yet looking at a move on Falcon, as Matti's already out of DRS of Marcel once it gets activated. And Scott looks to be very punchy here. He's not really making the impression of a patient man here. Maybe a Mercedes wasn't enough for breakfast. Maybe he needs a Red Bull for lunch. Who knows? As we go through that left and down towards the chicane. Not quite in there. Just not quite there, as there is a little tap between the McLaren and the Red Bull there, just clipping the rear end of the Red Bull's car. And if you've watched the IndyCar Grand Prix of Long Beach, I can comfort you, there is no alternator or anything that you can. What was it? Was it the alternator? Something with no. He somehow stalled. He somehow hit the back right. Someone hit the back right of. Was it Newgarden? As we see a slight contact there. I think maybe. I mean, certainly nothing punishable. But yeah, it somehow put the car into anti-stall out of the hairpin at Long Beach, and that was quite interesting. Never seen anything like it. As we got yellow flags. What for? Panther is lost. Panther is lost. No front wing damage. I can't see anything. But yeah, it looks like a spin maybe. As we see Ian overtake Matti. As we got Scott behind. Oh, there was maybe a bit of wheel banging going on there in the brake zone. But yes, as I said, Scott not looking patient today. He's on the move. As he's got a slide though. In the carousel is the Red Bull going to go for it into Schijvlak. Or outside, that would be risky. But he's doing it, he's putting his nose in there, but no chance turning in the Mercedes on the better line. Sorry, the McLaren on the better line. As Falcon's made a bit of a mistake. I think he's hit one of the brake marker boards there. That was the stuff that flew through the picture. That was the polystyrene board there. That's great for everyone who's not using the ideal line maybe, potentially, if one of the brake marker boards is missing. So are we going to see mistakes from Marcel or Jan or Yen? Any of those. But I think I'm fairly certain Jan is using the line. I'm not sure about Marcel, but I think he is as well. Anyhow, let's just watch out for more mistakes at that corner, as it's kind of easy to carry a bit too much speed through that very short right-hander before, and then just get on the curb, and once you're on the curb, it's so difficult to get the car back. So far everybody's looking good, but yet a 100-meter board seems to be missing. There's just a 50-meter one. But I think the 50-meter board is sufficient there. As we see that Panther has closed in on Falcon now. Seems like that Aston Martin is now on the hunt. It's crazy that this seems to be the most exciting battle, but let's face it, Marcel and Jan, they have no interest in having a big battle now, because they can just pull away together and dictate the race pace and sort it out later. These two, Panther, he wants to desperately go past because he wants to go and chase down the rest of the field. He wants to regain positions and get back in the mix, so he needs to be super quick here. Although, who might be interested in a move, as we actually do see a bit of defending there. Oh! And there's contact. As we see Panther go for it on the inside of Falcon. Is there going to be contact here too? No, there isn't. Clean move from the Aston Martin, and now it's a question of will he have the pace to pull away in the middle sector. Oh boys. Put your seatbelts on and get ready, because this ride is going to be quite an interesting one. By the way, I'm just saying this now. Panther might be showing up on the leaderboard then as Knox. He's the previous league owner. I'm saying that because he's giving up that role as Jan goes for the move for the race lead, and we have a new leader in the Dutch Grand Prix, while Scott Alwood has caught up to Fish Gamer nearly within TRS. It's very marginal, but he's closed in over the last couple laps, so it seems like he might have to pace, and maybe those hards come alive now with the mediums certainly over 25%. The hards probably not quite yet, as we see a bit of a mistake there from Panther through the carousel, and that's not going to help him drop Falcon here in his battle for P7 and 8 as it stands. But as I said, his aim will be to drop the Red Bull as he goes off track and smashes the second brake marker board, but he's still there, still within DRS of Falcon, so he's not gone yet. As we switch to the leaders, I think he's too far back to make a move into the chicane, so we can afford to watch what is going to happen here, as Jan on those soft compound tyres certainly struggling the tyre wear. But Matty's caught back up into DRS. Marcel too far back to make a move. Yin and Matty have joined the train. Scott has got DRS here, but that's not the important bit. Falcon out of battery, actually. Defending on the outside, really, but not putting up much of a fight there. There's no point. Panther goes cleanly past. Seems like he's got a bit of an edge, but he just needs to, this time, keep it clean, use his pace, and just pull away at the... pull clear off that Red Bull. At least have enough pace, even if you're dragging the Red Bull along, to just not have to use too much battery in order to stay ahead. But this time he's pulled 7.5 tenths until this DRS zone, which is a lot, but there's a wiggle out of the left-hander, and the Red Bull is right there on the back of him again, so it's not really looking like he's making his own life easy right here. As Jan defends to the inside against Marcel, but Marcel goes through cleanly on the outside. As we see Panther faking it there at the pit entry, but he's not going for the undercut as Falcon dives down the inside. There's a contact and there's a spin for Panther as he has to get the car back round, pointing in the right direction. Falcon's got a 3-second pen. I'm not exactly sure for what that is. Multiple warnings. He's got 1, 2, 3 track limits, and now he's got multiple warnings. So it's a track limit pen. How's he gone over the curb on the exit there and received the track limit as we watch this leading group? Now Jan would hope for Mate to get a bit closer so that when he goes into the pit lane he can undercut Marcel, because Marcel will just have to either box himself to stop the undercut, or Jan can go in, but he'd want Matty to be close enough to be within DRS so he can maybe keep the Aston Martin busy up there. But I'm wondering, if I were him, I would probably risk the undercut now. He's on softs, these tyres are dying, but he can keep up, and that's giving him a great advantage, because now Marcel stands in front of the question, is he going to stay out on those hards and go for softs in his last stint, hoping that they will give him some good pace like they did now for Jan, and that he can maybe win the race that way? Or is he going to go on hards? But Jan looks to be sticking out, and he looks like he's going to be able to go on to mediums for the second stint comfortably. And the longer he's staying out on the softs, the more likely that is going to be, and the more time he's going to have to pull away. Or no, not quite. Sorry, the less laps he's going to have spending on all tyres in his second stint, as he's still not in. So actually, as long as he can run with Marcel, Jan is fine. He's looking amazing in this race. And, well, eventually he might go for an undercut, maybe this lap, doing 4 more on the mediums than you did on the softs. Sounds certainly doable. But I have no idea as to the state of his soft tyres, so I can't judge it for him. He has to find it out for himself, what he wants to do strategically, as Falcon has dropped quite far back from Panther, 12 seconds. I don't know how that happened, because it's not a pit stop gap. That is not a pit stop. But now Jan has lost a lot of time through the corners, so maybe this is the time he wants to box. As it looks like through these slow corners, yeah, he's losing a lot of time here. Now you want to be going for the undercut on this lap. You go for the mediums, you're going to have fresh tyres over Marcel for at least 1 lap. Is he gonna dive in? Does he listen to me? Yes, he does. He's in, and he's the only one. He's going for the undercut. This could be the race win. as we watch very closely what Marcel is going to do here as he dips the tyre into the gravel on exit of turn 1, Tarzan Bocht, as we go through the carousel. This is going to be a very important lap. Is he going to be pushing? Yes. There is the DRS light flashing, so maybe a sign that he's trying to use some battery. Because he knows that he's in trouble. How much of a difference can Jan make on one lap on fresher tyres? How long do the mediums need to warm up? That is the big question. He's in P6, he's got clean track. If you look ahead, he's 4.9 seconds back from Scott, but he's also 4.9 ahead of Panther. So he's not under pressure from behind either. He's not in trouble as yellow flags. Panther has spun. That is irrelevant. Marcel not boxing. No, so is Matti and Yin both staying out. Maybe seen the yellow flags. Maybe been hoping for a safety car. Whatever the case, they are not stopping yet, and it's half race distance. Sorry. Apologies. Maybe they are looking to go on softs for the second stint. Maybe they're looking to go on softs, but honestly, I can't tell. As Panther's got a 5-second penalty and he's out. He's retired in the pit lane. Was it for speeding in the pits? Yes, it was. Alright then. But now is the question. What are they going to do? It's the halfway stage of the race. You pit for hards now, or you go probably going for softs. What is he doing? He's still not darting into the pit lane. Neither are the others. But now Matti has had a tiny whiff of P1 for the first time. Marcel just slightly going defensive, getting back to the racing line there. Just staying within the confines of what is legal and what is not. As Janne has actually already overtaken Scott. I have not realised that he's gotten close. I was sort of focused on that leading group. I'm sorry for not showing you that overtake. That is absolutely my fault. I'll take the blame for that. But yeah, Matti's keeping up now with Marcel, and this is concerning for Marcel because Matti could become a pain in the arse for him. Matti's Jan's teammate, and I have no idea if they're going to play the team game or not, but if Matti can keep Marcel honest here, it puts him under pressure, maybe drives him into a mistake, potentially costs him time if they start squabbling, so it will help Jan, if anyone. And I mean, it might help Matti himself because he might just gain a spot. But at this point, I'm just intrigued. We've got only 7 cars on track. You're not betting on a safety car. I wouldn't. As we've got Jan closing in on Fish Gamer now. And I'm curious, has he used a lot of ERS? I mean, he's got 35%. That is not much. That is truly not a lot. But I think once he gets past Fish Gamer and out of the 1 second, I think he can chill a bit. Because he's 11 seconds back, he's easily going to come out in P1 when the others box. So yeah, you better hope you've got a good strategy lined up if you're Aston Martin, if you're Mercedes. It's going to be very critical now to just have the best strategy possible. I have no clue what they're doing. I think they're trying to stay out to have a shortest possible soft stint at the end. That is the only explanation I have for what is happening right here. As we see Falcon retire in the pit lane. Boys, what are you doing? You've got to cover 90% of the leader's race distance. And also, there's always the hope of a crash, which would gain you a position. So, yeah, that's something I probably not do at this stage of the race. Also, there's always potentially the chance of fastest lap as we see Marcel dive into the pit lane. There's going to be no battle for the lead here, so we can watch the pit stop. It's fine. And as I said, he goes on to softs. But look at this. Jan is already through turn 1. The gap is huge as we've got Fishgamer in. Scott is still out. He's going for mediums? I have no idea what he's gone for in the first stint. I am confused at this point a little bit. No, Fishgamer has fulfilled tire rules. It's fine. Soft, medium, medium. Scott, he's probably trying to go to the end on his hard. Question is, can he attack Marcel? But probably not. Those softs will be fired up now, so that's all fine. If I was Matty, I would have pit along with Marcel, but maybe he thinks if he can stretch it longer, he'll have a greater advantage in the final stint. I have no clue what the thinking is here, because he's going to have to box, and he's going to box. This lap, he isn't. No, he is. It looked like he'd swerved left back onto the track, but he's got a... Scott is out of the session. Scott Alwood is out of the session. Why? Oh no, he's just left the session. He's just disconnected, I think. As we see Matty emerge from the pit lane, I think he's got a penalty for speeding in the pits, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he does. What a mess. We see Yin go into the pit lane. Yeah, Matty's got that 5-second penalty. He's ahead of Yin. Just so. But he's 5.6 seconds behind Marcel. That is interesting. Is that one lap going to give him an edge? I have no idea. But I don't think he's going to get P2. I don't even think he's going to get a podium, because Yin kept him honest all the way through the first stint, and he just has to stay within 5 seconds now. I think a podium for Matty, difficult. I'm going to be nice to Scott as we see Yin pass Matty. I'm going to be nice to Scott, send him an invite, because I think he just disconnected. Let's see if he's going to get back into the session, because it would be great if we saw a bit of a battle for P5 there. As we got a VSC deployed, but why? I don't see anybody losing a lot of time, as we see Scott pull into the pit lane. He's gone on to softs. What is he doing now? Probably fresh softs. Front wing change. Oh, he's the reason then for the VSC. Maybe when rejoining, he sort of got a bit unlucky, maybe. The question is, did his AI pit for soft? Or did he do that himself? That's kind of something I wonder, but Jan is into the pits under VSC, and he's certainly going for softs. Couldn't imagine what else it would be. But Marcel is blasting past the pit entry as we're back to green flags. Maybe not the smartest pit stop for Jan. As Matty's passed, Scott's got a drive-through. Oh no, what a terrible day in the office for him. He's got a drive-through. That's certainly for speeding under VSC. He's got caught out on the restart, is what it seems like. As Jan rejoins, about 10 seconds behind Marcel, if you add up the gaps. So he's certainly going to be on a massive chase. The question is, how big is the advantage going to be? How confident is he in his pace now? But I think it was a mistake. I think the VSC was too short, he got caught out there. As we got a caution, yellow flags, sector 3, that is Scott, spun in the banking, and it's a full course safety car deployed. Scott has lost his front wing. Marcel cannot pass him. No, Scott, don't. Oh, no, he's boxing. He's doing well. Because Marcel's in, so is Yin, so is Matty. Is Jan going to stay out and claw back track position? Yes, he is. I mean, those 2-3% on the tyres, they're probably not going to matter. But is he ahead of Scott? Yes, he is. So Scott will not get to unlap himself. Oh, how unlucky. Scott is going to stay lapped. Scott is going to stay lapped, but everybody else is going to be bunched up, so it's going to be a 5-car fight for glory. So you see Scott, he's on softs, Fish Gamer on softs, Matty on softs, Yin obviously on softs, Marcel on softs, everybody on fresh softs. Because remember, Jan's tyres are not significantly older if we look at the tyres. He's just 1 lap older. That's not a huge difference. And yeah, you might argue that it does make a difference. It's really not that big of a deal. It really isn't. That's the last bit of my iced tea gone. Oh well, oh well. Scott, I'm just realizing, is in between Fish Gamer and Matty. And, well, he's going to have to get out the way right away at the restart, but that's going to put Fish Gamer at a bit of a disadvantage there in the Alfa Romeo, because he's obviously got a car in between him and Matty, and he can only overtake Scott, even though it's blue flags, at the start-finish line, which is coming, well, very late here at Zandvoort. And that's not really going to be a big help for him at the restart. On the other side, if we look at his race results so far this season, I think a top 5, he can be happy with that. I think it might even just be his best season finish, actually. I'm not sure against those guys here, those 4 at the front. Those are super quick. I don't think against those he's going to have a lot to say. Although it looks like Fish Gamer has gotten ahead of Scott somehow. Oh well, I'm not saying anything about that. That is just great for the race action here, as we got not really anything happening here at the restart right away, as Scott is ghosted, so now there's no problem, no more for anybody. The only thing he can do really is stay out, and if he's got another set of softs, he can go for the fastest lap at the very end. That's basically the best he can do, as we see Marcel here set a purple first sector though. If you look at the mini-map, well, now it's not coloured anymore, but it was before in purple, so getting off to a fast start, but now gap just increasing a tiny little bit more through those corners, but now on the straight it's closing again, so either he's using more ERS or he's got less wing maybe. That could also be the case. So yeah, watch this corner now. This is going to be a real test of downforce as well as driver confidence though. So there he's losing a bit, but now as we get back to straight line speed, he's faster. He sets a fastest lap. He goes to the inside. Is he going to get that move? Jan trying to hold on the outside. That is doable here at Zandvoort, but he has to give it up there as Marcel got the inside for the right-hander before the carousel, but that was certainly not the last thing we've seen today between these two. There's going to be more battling. But first of all, we got this middle sector here to get a bit of a breather. Scott is actually faster than Fish Gamer, look at that. It's no use to him, but it's just for pride, basically. Is all it is, really. As we see Jan here sitting behind Marcel on that shorter straight. The question is it just Slipstream? Is he going to be faster now on the straight? Is he going to close in? The answer is yes, he is. The question is he on the battery? As we see Scott pull into the pit lane, I guess he's retiring now. Oh, well. He's not retiring. He's coming back out of the pit lane. He's got fresh softs on, I would assume. He's gone out of that traffic. It's just a question of, is it too early to box? But he's going to have multiple attempts. Think about that. It's lap 31, so this is going to be his out lap. He's going to have a shot on lap 32. He can recharge on 33, go again on 34, recharge on 35, and go again on lap 36. So he's going to get 3 shots at this fastest lap of the race. Remember, he can now chill the pace. He can slow down a bit to recharge and lose like 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds a lap. No problem. As we focus back on the battle for the lead. Is Jan gonna go for it? Yes, he's got the inside, and he goes cleanly through into P2, and Yin is now right on the gearbox of, I nearly said Matty, Marcel, obviously, in the Aston Martin. So are we going to see the Mercedes maybe go for P2 instead of Marcel going and trying to get P1 back? What's it going to be then? Oh my, oh my. This is not done yet, and remember, there's still Matty lurking in the background as well as Fish Gamer. If there's an incident, if anyone spins, gets front wing damage, he might still fall into the clutches of the Alfa Romeo. And Matty, he's just waiting for these guys to battle. He's like, okay boys, you know what, you sort it out, I'm just sitting here, I'm gonna be patient the next 1 or 2 laps, I'm saving battery, and then I'm gonna be on the move, and I'll be quick. So maybe that's the best strategy, who knows? I would certainly not count him out for a podium, and not even for the race win, if I'm honest. Marcel going for the lead again, they're swapping once more into Tarzanbocht, turn 1. Fish Gamer is falling back now though. He's definitely not got the pace of these guys. What is Scott doing? He's pulling into the pit lane once again as... Oh! No. I thought Matty was going to pull out there for a second. I was like, don't do that. It's not smart. As he goes for softs again. How many soft sets does this guy have? Maybe he only used one in qualifying, that's possible. Before the rain came, you only got 2 laps, and maybe the first one was on a medium set. I'm not sure. Is Jan going to go for the lead? No, he isn't. I was just going to say, he's a bit further back than Marcel was on the previous lap when he took the lead, as Matty's up into P3. Not really a spectacular move for Matty, it has to be said. He just went cleanly on the outside. You didn't fight into the brake zone, so it wasn't really much of a challenge, to be fair. As I said, he probably was able to save some battery because recharge on this circuit is near enough 0. Especially if you run a league racing setup, they tend to have a lot of downforce, because that's just sort of the meta in this game, that downforce in the end is more important for lap time, as we've got Scott with a spinner out of the carousel, at least that's what it seems like. Maybe now he's close enough. Maybe now he's gonna get the move. Is Jan gonna have it? Is he gonna take the lead? Yes, he is. On to the penultimate lap we go, but Marcel trying to keep it round the outside, this time not giving up so easily, but no chance for him to keep it there. And I have no clue what DRS looks like for him. 67%, that is a lot. Marcel's only got 27, boys. As Matty's got 27, Yin's got 25. So Matty certainly used some to get past Yin. I would assume, as we've got another spin for Scott at the chicane. Is he going to box again? I wouldn't. But, you know, as we see Jan, he's saving his ERS. He's not going to use it into the chicane. It's not needed there. It's going to be needed on the main straight. Has Marcel already used? Yes, a little bit he has, indeed, as he's on the overtake button. But Jan is on the overtake button, and he's going to use it all. And Marcel is below 10%. He's going to drop to 0 even. No, he isn't. But still 32% for Jan, as Marcel is still below 10%. He's pushing though. He's trying to squeeze everything out of the battery, everything he's got. But if Jan can lay down a clean lap here, as we've got yellow flags again for Scott, he's just standing there, exit carousel, another spin for him, I would assume. But it doesn't matter. Marcel hasn't got the battery. Look at him, 3%. Yes, okay, Jan is down to 17% now, but he's not yet flashing. He's not yet flashing. Is there going to be a desperate lunge into the chicane? Maybe. He's going full on the overtake, Jan is. He's not going on the overtake, Marcel. Marcel not using battery. He's given it up. He knows that it's not going to happen. And now he's got to defend maybe from Matti to the line. If he's going to get a back corner here, Matti could take an invite here. But that's not happening. Jan is your winner today. Williams with a double podium, Marcel second, Matti third, Yin in P4, and we've got Fish Gamer coming home fifth for Alfa Romeo. Great race for him as well. GG's to the guy. It wasn't the most spectacular race, but it was certainly a clean one, and he's earned that P5. But my guys, what a victory for Jan. Absolutely crazy, showing how fast he can be. That's just incredible. Oh wow, I thought he made a mistake when he pit under that VSC. So certainly a bit of luck in there that there was a safety car just after. But oh well. That was it from the Dutch Grand Prix. We've got 3 DNFs, we've got Scott 3 laps down, we've got well, not really a surprise winner to be fair, but oh my god, the way we got here was absolutely fantastic. And if you've enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, click on that bell, turn the notifications on so you don't miss any further pieces of content. I think that was an absolute mad race, and hopefully see you next week for the next round. That was it from me today. The next round, if you're curious, is going to be, I'm not sure right now. Let me just quickly check the calendar. I am blind. The calendar's here. Mexico. Ooh. Interesting. Well, fair enough then. Alright, see you next week. Until then, I'll hopefully post the penalties this time earlier in a community post. I forgot to do it. But yeah. Have a good time.